Now, if you think the black nation can survive whole if only black women are raising their children, I'd like you to show me how. But I no longer believe I can simply focus on the family. A family consists of a man and a woman who want to get together and take on what is always a difficult task, raising children and living together for that matter. We have gotten to the point where great obstacles and difficulties, many of them coming from the society, have made that difficult. I have had now for the last 10 years a commission on black men and boys. Here's this card-carrying feminist has a commission headed by a former police commissioner, Ike Fullwood, who is an is known as an extraordinary mentor of young people in the district. He heads this commission focused on men because since the decline of the manufacturing sector, when black men lost ready access to these high-paying, relatively high-paying jobs, family formation has been much more difficult in our community. So since men are raised to believe they should have money, you find that young black men, from the time they are boys, are often siphoned as teenagers, perhaps even before, into the underground economy. Let us not even go where you know we are, where the majority of men in prison are African American men. Therefore, you get black women who, with the aid of abortion, birth control, the rest of it, with the incentive of raising a child, even when they have a child, have been able to move ahead. They go to college more often than men. They often are more employed. Hey, a lot of us who are feminists didn't mean that. We were trying to make things equal. We weren't trying to create a new set who would be better educated, who would go to college, who would finish high school more often. So I don't pretend that this is something we can solve in this room today, or the black people can solve by themselves. But I can tell you one thing, nobody's going to pay any attention to our families except us. As we have seen with our very eyes, the proliferation of young women, beautiful young women, well-educated young women of just the kind their mothers were and their grandmothers were, just the kind of women who can in fact produce, I use that word quite literally, the next generation. Even since the baby boom generation, or the latter baby boom generation, finding themselves without comparable mates. And so we have for the first time in African American society that I know of, a situation where a young black woman cannot necessarily look forward to marriage as a natural state of life. And young black men, even those who are deemed marriageable, seeing a whole flock of women out here, I tend not to think of marriage as the next natural state either, even though it does seem that sex is natural still, and having children is still natural. So today, this is no holds barred, people. So don't fear to say what you're thinking, because if it doesn't come out, it doesn't exist.